Defense is attack. Attack is defense, each being the cause and result of the other. I did what I came here to do. What I've done with sincerity and to the best of my ability. You can't expect much more from life. The measure of the moral worth of a man is his happiness. The better the man, the more happiness. Happiness is the synonym of well-being. The truth is outside of all fixed patterns. I personally do not believe in the word style. Why? Because unless there are human beings with 3 arms and 4 legs, unless we have another group of human beings that are structurally different from us, there can be no different style of fighting. Turn your sparring into play, but always play seriously. Bring the mind into sharp focus and make it alert so that it can immediately intuit truth, which is everywhere. The mind must be emancipated from old habits, prejudices, restrictive thought processes, and even ordinary thought itself. When you point to the moon, what do you see in front of your finger? Your task is to feel, not to think. When you can understand that, the lesson will be learned. Simplicity of expression, rather than complexity of form. When we hold to the core, the opposite sides are the same if they are seen from the center of the moving circle. I do not experience, I am experience. I am not the subject of experience. I am that experience. I am awareness. Nothing else can be I or can exist. When one has no form, one can be all forms. Truth cannot be structured or confined. Never trouble till trouble troubles you. I'll not willingly offend, nor be easily offended. Art is never decoration, embellishment. Instead, it is work of enlightenment. Art, in other words, is a technique for acquiring liberty. Do not deny the classical approach, simply as a reaction, or you will have created another pattern and trapped yourself there. I don't want to do anything halfway. It has to be perfect. The aim of art is to project an inner vision into the world, to state in aesthetic creation the deepest psychic and personal experiences of a human being. It is to enable those experiences to be intelligible and generally recognized within the total framework of an ideal world. Martial arts, like any art, is an unrestricted athletic expression of an individual's soul. Art lies where absolute freedom is, because when it is not, there can be no creativity. To tell the truth, I could beat anybody in the world. Art reaches its greatest peak when devoid of self-consciousness. Freedom discovers man the moment he loses concern over what impression he is making or about to make. I don't believe in getting something for nothing. To know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. Art is the way to the absolute and to the essence of human life. Because one does not want to be disturbed, to be made uncertain, he establishes a pattern of conduct, of thought, a pattern of relationship to man, etc. Then he becomes a slave to the pattern and takes the pattern to be the real thing. Everybody has to think for himself. A right way for a big man may not be a right way for a small man. A right way for someone who is slow may not be a right way for someone who is quick. Each person must understand his weaknesses and his strengths. False teachers of the way of life use flowery words. Understanding comes about through feeling, from moment to moment in the mirror of relationship. There is no mystery about my style. My movements are simple, direct, and non-classical. The extraordinary part of it lies in its simplicity. Every movement in Jeet Kune Do is being so of itself. There is nothing artificial about it. I always believe that the easy way is the right way. It is not what happens that is success or failure, but what it does to the heart of man. If one loves, one need not of an ideology of love. True thusness is the substance of thought, and thought is the function of true thusness. There is no thought except that of true thusness. Thusness does not move, but its motion and function are inexhaustible. To develop the creative attitude, analyze, and focus on the wanted solution. Seek out and fill your mind with the facts. Write down ideas, both sensible and seemingly wild. Let the facts and ideas simmer in your mind. Evaluate, recheck, settle on the creative ideas. To take responsibility for one's own actions, good and bad, is something else. The founder of any branch must be more ingenious than the common man. However, if his achievement is not carried on by disciples of the same ingenuity, then things will only become formalized and get stuck in a cul-de-sac, whereby breakthrough and progress will be almost impossible. A person cannot forget someone who is good to them. When you're talking about fighting, as it is, with no rules, well then, maybe you better train every part of your body. I don't believe in different ways of fighting now. I mean, unless human beings have 3 arms and 3 legs, then we will have a different way of fighting. But basically we all have 2 arms and 2 legs. So that is why I believe there should be only one way of fighting, and that is no way. It is useless to try to stir the dirt out of the muddy water, as it will become murkier. But leave it alone, and if it should be cleared, it will become clear by itself. My style, you can call it the art of fighting without fighting. To reach me, you must move to me. Your attack offers me an opportunity to intercept you. Efficiency is anything that scores. Jeet Do does not beat around the bush. It does not take winding detours. It follows a straight line to the objective. Simplicity is the shortest distance between 2 points. Genius, the capacity to see and to express what is simple, simply. There's only one basic principle of self-defense. You must apply the most effective weapon as soon as possible to the most vulnerable target. Endurance is lost rapidly if one ceases to work at its maximum.